What is up, Rad Potential YouTube? This is the video you guys have all been waiting for, where we're going to drive the superior chassis RX8 and an FD at the same time. We'll switch drivers back and forth, and we're going to tell you guys which car is better. So, we got Justin here. My name's Eric.
What up?
And we are going to compare this beautiful 93 RX7, which, if you're watching this video when it first came out, is going to be listed for sale on Bring a Trailer. If it's a long time, hopefully you bought it. This is my RX8, and we've set them up specifically for this video, / I did some rally stuff in the RX8, to be very comparable. So these are both basic bolt-ons cars. Now, we'll walk through each of them. 2004 Mazda RX8, junkyard engine, good compression. It has stock coils, it has a cold air intake, a catback exhaust, Bilstein shocks, tine springs, front sway bar, and we have the cheapest tires you can actually buy from Discount Tire on the car. They're a 245 or a 225/45 all season. I don't even know the brand, Century something or another. 17x9, nothing crazy. It also has Hawk HT10 brake pads, which are like full-blown race pads. So
100% outbrake the tires.
Yes, it can 100% outbrake the tires in its current form. So that's the RX8. It does have some weight reduction. It weighs 2750 without me in it. The FD. This is a 93 CYM FD. It has a 13B twin turbo. This car does have 99 spec turbos. They do make a little bit more power, I think, on the top end versus the 93 spec turbos. But it's on a Power FC, the stock base map, 10-8-10 boost, which is stock boost. It has the stock intake manifold. It has a downpipe, a catback, HKS coilovers, some really crappy plastic Sumitomo tires, stock brakes, and that's basically it. So effectively a bolt-ons FD. Now this is a super nice car. So when we're talking about comparing these cars in this video, because the RX8's better in every way, I will say 100%. Besides when you show up at a gas station and people crash their cars looking at your FD, the RX8 is a way better driving car. And that's the point. We're gonna make some controversy here, because you've got me, who's super biased, and Justin, who's arguably maybe biased because he hangs out with me, but probably not. Yeah, because he's driven kind of both of them. I don't think you've driven the RX8 with the crappy tires yet. So
my only slight bias would be that I prefer driving hard versus like show car style stuff. So, you know, we got Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah.
Beauty, super expensive, fancy experience versus not as expensive, you know, fraction of the cost, really good driving car.
Beauty and the Missile. Because go watch the rally car video. We destroyed this thing. So we're going to jump in these cars, go tear up some back roads, and I'm excited for you guys to see it, because it'll be some good commentary. He's driven the FD just a little bit. I've driven the RX8 a lot. He's kind of driven the RX8 a few times, but that was the sticky tires. It drives totally different with the crappy tires. And I think the tires even the playing field. So we're going to go see if the turbo fancy $70,000 FD can be like really outgunned by a $8,000, you know, kind of run-of-the-mill RX8. So let's get right to it. Alright, y'all, we're out here ripping these back roads, and we're going to put the first test of FD versus RX8 right here in this corner, because this is a corner, sharp corner, downshift to second gear, and he's not going to be able to keep up. Oh man, honestly,
getting away from me a little bit, but not bad.
Dang! So there you go, guys. Our RX8's slow, yes, but FDs in stock form aren't that fast either. So
I mean, you only pulled like maybe an extra car length.
I mean, I pinned it. Now I didn't like rev it out to $7 grand, and obviously you had the tack buried. But
yeah, I just took it all the way out in a second.
Yeah, that thing looks good, dude.
Yeah, so does that. Honestly, the FD is just as much of a treat to drive with as it is to drive itself.
This car brings out just such a different vibe on the street. Like, if an FD's rolling, it doesn't matter if it's yellow, red, white, black, Montego blue. Like, it's an FD, it's cool. You generally know the guy or girl that's driving it's cool. Like, gotta have respect for every FD that's on the road. You know, it's and like trust me, these things like the RX8, right? You go buy one for $1,000 and the interior is perfect. It takes like 10 grand to find a nice FD interior.
Right.
You know, like because this one is in super good condition and everything's really nice, but everything's so fragile. You know.
But how good does this RX8 look? The cheap RX8 running up the butt of the FD.
I know. It's like I gotta really try to get out of its way, and I'm not that comfortable in this car.
I haven't driven this with these pads in it yet, and they're good.
Oh yeah, dude, you can, the tire, I would say that those cheap, crappy discount tire, Century brand tires, or whatever the heck they are, they were $83 a tire. Literally, are probably still better than the tires that are on this car. I'd say right there though, like you ain't keeping up.
So I didn't quite like clutch kick that launch just for like 4,000 and try to roll into it.
Yeah.
Not enough torque. It doesn't
just
have
bogged?
that. It doesn't have that small turbo to keep you boosted up. Yeah, it bogged pretty good. But yeah, dude, this thing's rolling over on these alternates.
Yeah, I can see you sliding all over the road back there.
Hey, I'm still having a great time though.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean,
Smile
aside from
hasn't
like,
left my face since we started.
yeah, I would say the same thing. And I'm like focusing on driving, but also just like, I mean, I'm driving with my own car in the rearview mirror. How can you not enjoy looking at your own RX8? Now I know how all those GTR guys on the track feel whenever I was stuffing it up the back of them, you know, and they were looking back at my ACR stripe on my RX8 that cost a fraction of what their car costs. You know.
Yeah, that's a
and
pretty good feeling.
The hate is the hate. It's part of it, guys. Everyone's got their opinion, and I like driving my slow cars fast. And I also like getting out there and feeling good about myself when I can do what other people do for a lot less money. It just, you know, you gotta set your goals and do your thing and not worry about other people. And that's what we're doing right now, because honestly, I'd prefer to be in my RX8 right now.
Yeah, because I think, I would argue, I'm having more fun sticking it into your butt, not worried about rock chips and what's going to get kicked up on the road.
Oh yeah.
Getting the excitement of chasing you down.
Yeah, I mean, like, there is a level of white knuckle I have on the steering wheel right now that is not because I'm scared of how fast I'm going, but because I'm scared of just everything that could happen to this car while it's on the road. Like, 100%. You know what I mean? Like, unless, and I've never, like Richard, the other black one that we work on, the right-hand drive car, like that car, I don't really worry about it that much, but it's still an FD. Like, it still is a $25,000, $30,000 car. And it's just so nice to have no mechanical sympathy, you know? Just come out and rip.
There, but
all right, take that corner in third. I'm going to beat you out of it. How about that turbo torque right there? Hell yeah. See, that's like where the FD is the epitome of rotary engineering. Those sequentials and how they just come on right away and make boost is where, like, the RX8, you need to be in second gear, and in the FD you can just like mat it in third and outdrive it, especially like in a sense of street driving, you know. On a track, if you're at full rip in both of them, then I would say the sequentials aren't entirely like the best thing because they don't pull that hard across the top end, but at the same time they still pull a lot harder than a stock RX8 does. Dang, dude, I can't even see you in my mirror. You're like,
I'm like 15 feet off your back bumper. But I think that experience from we swap cars, it's going to be hard to compete with this.
if you don't cut a donut, no balls.
No balls. The car has no balls.
Good try though. What a view behind us though. Hopefully we don't get hit by any cars. But let me tell you.
Sketched out right now.
Yeah. when Basir and I were out here shooting the FD for the Bring a Trailer ads, it's like there's probably 4 houses back there, but we're pretty safe. There's not too much traffic. So, Justin, the RX8, isn't it just a fantastic car? Like,
even on the old crappy all seasons, most budget friendly all seasons, I couldn't wipe the grin off my face chasing you down. It was too good.
And like, it's epic being able to drive an RX8 chasing down an FD, but it's also epic being able to drive an RX8 like in the form that it is, where it's loose and fun and invites this driving experience that you're not afraid of it. You're not afraid of sliding around, and you're not afraid of catching some grass or doing whatever. But I find that it's hard to get the same experience of driving honestly, like a box as it is driving a nice car. I don't get the same fun out of driving my Corvette as I do the RX8. And I think performance value, you've seen a stock FD so far on the drive can't outrun an RX8 with similar mods.
Yeah.
And honestly, you're talking about pretty much 1/10 of the price for an RX8.
Realistically.
Yeah, like straight up 1/10.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
I got mods done, but still, like, we're talking 1/5 of the price.
Yeah, you can buy a shell beater blown up RX8 for $1,000. You can't find a shell beater RX7 for under 20 grand, 15 grand. I mean, they just don't exist. So we're gonna jump in the opposite cars and drive this road back, and it should be good. I'm excited to see how close I can get, even though I tested that out in Corvette a couple weeks ago. But I'm just excited to drive behind this FD. It's a super good experience to see this car.
Sure.
And if anything, we're proving here that just maybe the cheaper car has more fun. But let's see. But I think if it had TEs though, it would still look ballin' on TEs.
Yeah. Yeah, see, even right away, just grabbing the door thing. A lot more things you gotta think about in here. It's a whole different thing. I'm getting into the car so much more carefully, worried about what I'm leaning on.
That car is beautiful. Like, like I said in the other video, there is nothing like the experience you get of driving an FD Rx7. It's, I think it's $100,000 experience. Like, it's just, they're so good. But I'm 100% gonna say, if you wanted me to jump in an FD or an RX8 on the track, and say you had 10 laps, right? And you're gonna go out on the track and rip a fast lap, I'm gonna choose the RX8 every single time. This car is just so much more confidence inspiring. And even if you had a perfect one, say with 5,000 miles on it, it's worth 35 grand, like a R3 or whatever, like I would still choose RX8. Just because, I don't know, something about the, like, oh man, the brakes are fantastic on this car. Something about the FD just doesn't inspire a level of confidence that this one does.
Yeah, I stepped into this and it was just instantly, I'm 100% more nervous.
Oh yeah.
Everything I do, every corner I'm coming in with more hesitation. But let's see if you can stick it on the bumper here. At
yeah, I mean,
610.
I can just, yeah. I don't know. You were so close to me that I couldn't see you in my side view mirrors. So I don't know how close that is, but I'm like 2-footing this thing. Were you 2-footing?
That was the first time I went to grab the brakes after being in that car.
Yeah.
Like panic attack.
Yeah. And it's just like you said.
I'm like, I don't think I'm gonna stop.
Yeah, the one thing that this car has that car doesn't is super aggressive brake pads.
Instantly, the first thing you notice is not that we're trying to compare, but the different experience of the boost rolling on and having torque down low. Totally different experience. You drive this car totally different than that. And I think, honestly, it suits this car for what we're talking about, that being a one driver's car, and this being kind of the cruiser, like the 610 cruiser that we're doing now. Having that torque to just muscle out of a corner when you're being a little lazy on the gear or something, it fits the experience versus that car. And wanting to rev that out to 9,000 every time.
And I don't know that it necessarily means that you want to rev an RX8 out to 9,000 every time, but you basically have to if you want to go fast.
Yeah. But it's rewarding. It sounds good. I can keep that car in front of me, behind me.
I mean, because I was 7,800 RPM. You probably rev that to 6,500. You still put a car and a half on me. You know, a quick talk to just driver inputs. Like, I feel that the spaciousness of the RX8, the shifter, and the steering wheel position, and just the pedal feels a lot better than that car. You know, like that car I feel confined in.
I totally agree. As soon as I sat down in this, I was like, holy cow, I didn't realize it when I drove this last week. But holy cow, the driving position is better in the RX8, like, no doubt. I mean, that's a stock seat. That's stock everything. Just like
It's
this.
stock everything, yeah.
I first thought like, oh yeah, but that's got a steering wheel, it's in a different, but no, it's all stock, and it, you know, my knees are smashed under this, and like we talked about.
Before you take off, I'm gonna do donuts around you.
You're clear.
Now you owe me your cell phone number if you're into that. Go ahead, I'll follow you. I don't want to throw stuff up on that car.
That was good.
Oh yeah, I've wanted to do that. I have wanted to do that move in a wide body Veilside FD Rx7 since I watched Tokyo Drift. We just are reliving childhood dreams today. We got RX7s, we got rotary engines, and we're doing donuts around other cars. Whew, get your heart pumping right there.
I was about to say, that was a pretty wild experience. We just watched people around.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's good.
That felt good. But yeah, there's the interior, you know. I don't know that it's hard to compare something older to something newer, right? Newer cars are getting so much bigger than older cars, you know, like just in everything. Like if you compare a new Corvette to an old Corvette, like the car is 5, 6, 7 inches wider, you know, it's longer, there's more bodywork, there's more safety. You know,
right.
So like that's what the RX8 brings. And I think too, you know, I've been around people who have crashed FDs, and FDs get pretty messed up and they're kind of tin cans, you know, and I've also been around people who have really crashed RX8s. And RX8s, albeit the car will be totally smashed up, the driver perfectly fine, you know, and like there's no worry about you in the driver's seat of an RX8. And I think there's something to be spoke about the safety.
Yeah,
you know,
100%,
aspect of the two cars.
Especially in a car that you want to, you know, whether you're driving your FD hard or not, but like as a car guy, someone who wants to go out and drive and have a fun experience now and then, that's a real thing. Especially, you know, not looking out for yourself, but you know, you put a passenger, your girlfriend or wife, whatever, in your passenger seat, you want to make sure they're safe too. Like, there's no denying safety. Like,
yeah, 100%.
You know, once you cross that like 18 years old, you just appreciate it. Like once you start to think about any bit of life, you really have to consider that, and that's totally a real thing. And I would agree. Modern
100%.
tech saves lives. There's no denying that. That's why cars have gotten so big, and stuff keeps changing in the future.
100%. So with that, guys, we've got a little bit of some dark, crazy road right here before we get home. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys enjoyed kind of seeing both these cars rip a little bit. And it sucks that this is basically the last drive for the FD on the channel. But man, I really want to get back to building stuff. So with that, thank you guys very much for watching. Make sure you subscribe if you want to learn about rotary engines. You want to follow the RX8 with whether we go rallying with it, go to the track, and then check out the Bring a Trailer auction. So thank you guys very much. We'll see you in the next one. Keep it rad.
Peace out.
Thank you.